Part 29 is installing plugins. So off the bat, I'm just going to recommend some plugins that you should consider installing to make running, managing your website a little easier. I'm already logged into my WordPress website and I'm on my dashboard. I'm going to show you a few ways also to install plugins, because there are several different ways you can upload a plugin that you download. So first, actually, before I do that, I want to show you where I download plugins from. The same place that we download our theme. If you followed the last video, I recommended you go to themeforce.net. Well, ThemeForce is a part of the Envato market, and another subsidiary of the Envato market is Code Canyon. And I believe it's also codecanyon.net, CODECANYON. There are a lot of great plugins in here. Some of the plugins that I recommend might not be in Code Canyon, because some of these developers have their own website where you can buy those specific plugins. But let's go and check out some plugins. We want to go over to WordPress. Okay, you've got PHP scripts, we've got JavaScript, CSS, mobile, HTML5, skins, WordPress themes, plugins. Okay, so you want to go to WordPress. WordPress plugins are going to be your main focus. Now in here you can find a lot of different plugins. You can separate them by compatibility. You can look for extensions, but I'm just going to go ahead and recommend some plugins to you. Just keep this URL as, maybe add this as a bookmark in your website bookmarks folder that we created, so that you can always go back and find some plugins that you need, maybe get some prices on the plugins, or check out the plugin site. So I'm just going to click on one of these plugins. You can go to do a live preview of the plugins to see what exactly they do, and you'll be able to find a lot of features to extend the functionality of your website through here. So the first plugin I always recommend is contact form. In the next video, we're going to do contact form setup. So let's go ahead and install the contact form. You want to go navigate to the plugins menu item, and you can click on add new. So the first way you can install a plugin is by searching in the plugin directory of WordPress. So contact form 7 is the plugin that we're looking for. Contact form 7 right here. Click on install now. Once it's installed, you'll have the option to activate it. The next plugin I recommend is WP Recaptcha. RECAPTCHA. Okay, so this first plugin right here is actually the plugin that we need first, WP Recaptcha. I also recommend installing WordPress Recaptcha integration. So now if we go back over to our plugins folder, or to the plugin options, you should see the white bars represent plugins that are not active. The blue bars represent plugins that are active. You might see a yellow bar that represents a plugin that needs to be updated, or maybe like an orangish color. And we're going to go ahead and activate contact form 7. Now we'll activate our Recaptcha extension plugin. So I'll click on both checkboxes beside these plugins. I'll go up to the bulk action drop down and click on activate and hit apply. Awesome. So we'll do the contact form setup in the next video. So I'm not really going to worry about setting those plugins up. We're just going to go ahead and download and activate those. The other plugins I recommend are Arse Code Ninja Pop-ups, Duplicate Post, WordPress SEO Premium, WP Smush It, and let's see, JS Composer, so Visual Composer. If you downloaded a theme with Visual Composer incorporated into it, you should have that plugin already. It's WP Bakery Visual Composer. I also recommend Slider Revolution, for creating custom headers and sliders on the top of your website. But I'm going to go ahead and install some of these other plugins I recommended using FTP. So I'm going to open FileZilla. I'm going to connect to my website. And I'm going to grab I'm actually going to log into or navigate to my plugins folder. So Third Coast Detailing, WP Content, plugins. And here you see that we already have some of these plugins installed. So when you when you want to upload your plugins via FTP, maybe you want to upload multiple plugins, your plugins have to be unzipped and the folder has to be exposed. So right now we have these zipped files of plugins that we want to upload. I've already got Contact Form 7. I can delete that one. I've already got JS Composer. I can delete that one. I've already got WP Recaptcha and Recaptcha integration. Now I'm going to install. I've got Yoast SEO, I believe. Let's double check. Yes, I've got Yoast SEO. And I'm going to go ahead and install Duplicate Post and WP Smush It. Let's see, I don't believe I have either of those in here. Nope. So what I want to do is extract those here. And drag those files into my plugins folder. Let's make sure we don't drag them into an existing plugin. We just want to drag them into our plugin folder. So down here we've got files that are queued to be uploaded, and it'll let you know how many what number of files are left to be uploaded and what number of files successfully upload. If you have any errors, you can go to failed transfers and you'll be able to see exactly which files failed to transfer. That way you can transfer them individually. So now that our two plugins folders are actually uploaded, let me open these and make sure that they are indeed the plugin folders. And they are. Because in some cases you might have, let me show you an example of what you don't want to do. Let's say you have JS Composer as a plugin and you've got the folder here, but inside of this folder you've got another folder that lists out all of your plugins inside of it, or your plugin assets. Well, this is the folder you want to actually copy over, not this parent folder that has a folder inside of it which has all of your plugin files. You want to make sure that your folder actually has all the plugin files inside of it, and you transfer that one folder over to your server. Okay, I hope that makes sense. I can delete these now. Now if I go back over to my website and refresh my plugins page, I should have in white Duplicate Post and WP Smush It. There's Duplicate Post. There's a new version available. Let's update that now. There's WP Smush, new version available. I'll update that as well. So these are plugins I've had on my computer. They were obviously out of date since I just uploaded these directly from my computer. And our last plugin is Arse Code Ninja Pop-ups. So this one we're actually going to use the uploader to upload the plugin. So we can go to plugins, add new, and instead of searching in the plugins directory, we have the option to upload a plugin here. And this one actually has to be a zipped version of the plugin, not a folder. Click open and install now. This will install the plugin, but it won't activate it. So I'm going to return to my plugins folder, and we've got duplicate post. I want to activate that, and this one you can search in the plugin directory as well. We've got Ninja pop-ups. I'm pretty sure you have to go to Code Canyon or the Ars Code website to download this plugin. We're not going to activate the pop-ups yet, and we've got WP Smush. I want to activate this now. So let me go through the plugins that I have installed and what they will do for you. Contact Form 7 is obviously for embedding a contact form on your website. Duplicate Post allows you to duplicate any pages, any posts, any portfolios or galleries, and if you want to make a copy of a page on your website, but you don't want to edit the existing page, maybe you want a variation of that page, you can duplicate the page to keep you from having to create another page from scratch. Or if you like the way a post is laid out and you just want to go and change up the words for a new post, you can duplicate that post. So let me show you here in a new tab. Duplicate Post allows you to clone this post or copy to a new draft. Okay, so that you can easily make new edits to new posts without having to create the entire post from scratch. We recommended in a previous video insert headers and footers. This allows you to let's go to settings, insert headers and footers. This allows you to add code into the header of your website using this plugin. So I've got Google Search Console, I've got Google Analytics, and I've got my Facebook Pixel installed via the insert headers and footers plugin. Easy way to add scripts in the header of my website. Alright, I've got Ninja pop-ups. We'll talk about this later, but this is what you'll have to maybe offer or show promotions on your site, or have users enter their email to opt into your email list before they exit your website. So sometimes you have your customer or your visitor will have their mouse in the window of your website, and when they go to scroll out of the window, the pop-up can show up to say, hey, before you leave, enter your email to maybe receive updates. Or you can have the pop-up load immediately when the site comes up to say, hey, we've got a sale going on, 20% off, use this coupon code when you check out. So we're not going to activate this yet because we don't necessarily need it. Slider Revolution is really great for having custom sliders on your website, so I'll show you a couple of examples. Alright, so this is an example of a slider. It's pretty neat. Let me show you one more. Alright, so that's pretty crazy what you can do with Slider Revolution. Slider Revolution is pretty insane. They've got some templates in there for you in case you don't want to go and create these sliders yourself, or if you want to take inspiration from an existing template. This is a great way to really improve the look of your website overall. WP Smush allows you to take all of your images and compress them so that your website can load faster, so that the images can load faster, and that helps improve the search engine optimization of your website for how fast your website loads. Google actually kind of tracks that to say, hey, this is a fast loading website, the images are compressed, and if you open this on your phone, it won't take 5 minutes to upload a large image because the images are uncompressed. So I'm going to go over to my media library and see what images I have on this website. So far, there aren't many. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, one of which is a transparent PNG, so there's not so much compression that can be done to the transparent PNG. This gray space here is actually transparency, but these are regular images. They could be PNG or JPEG, but let's go over to WP Smush. And it says, hey, Corey, you have 4 images that need smushing. You can upgrade to Pro to bulk smush all of your images with one click. Let's see, I'm going to bulk smush now. 0 of 4 attachments have been smushed. This shows you the completion process. Some images might be too big to be compressed with the non-premium version. But check it out, we saved 78.4 kilobytes, which is 17% of the original image sizes. And you can always go back when you install this plugin. The reason we want to install this plugin now is so that when we upload pictures to our website later, they will automatically be smushed as they're uploaded. So that's the great thing about this plugin. They will automatically compress those images as soon as they're uploaded when this plugin is active. So we've got WP reCAPTCHA. reCAPTCHA just allows you to add a let me actually just show you. Allows you to add this little "I'm not a robot" button to the bottom of your contact forms, or even to the login of your website, or in the comments section of your website if you decide to have comments enabled, so that bots can't necessarily comment on your posts, comment on your pages, or fill out your contact form with fake information. Someone human has to click on this button to confirm that they're actually submitting information into this form. So this is a good way this doesn't necessarily eliminate spam altogether, but it definitely helps you control it. The last thing is Visual Composer. So we've should have Visual Composer installed if Visual Composer came with your theme. Visual Composer just allows you to edit your posts and pages using a drag and drop feature or a modular editing system that is pretty visually similar to what the features are going to look like on the front end of your website. It also allows front end editing. Some people call it what you see is what you get, where you can edit the front page of your site by clicking on certain sections. So Visual Composer is one of the best editing options for WordPress. And I did say this was the last one, but actually Yoast SEO Premium, which you should have already installed if you've been going through this course, this really just helps you add better SEO to all of your posts and pages. So for example, I'll go to a page now, and we'll go to our front page, which actually doesn't have any legitimate content on it yet. But there's going to be a section for Yoast SEO that basically gives you a rating of how well your page is optimized for search engines. So readability, we've got this orange icon, which means our readability is okay. We have a little bit of text on here and it's easy to read the page. It's easy for people to understand what's going on this page, but we can definitely make this green by making some changes. Right now it says the SEO, the optimization, is not available because we really haven't made any changes to our SEO plugin. So I'm going to click on Backend Editor. This shows the Visual Composer, and here's a row and it has one column in it. I can add a row and separate the columns into, let's say, 3 columns. Then I'll go in here and add a single image in each column just to give you an idea of what Visual Composer does before I go back down to Yoast SEO. Alright, so I added an image. I want this to be a full-size image. Alignment center. CSS animation, fade up in. So fade in, up. Save changes. And we can go in here and duplicate this twice. Now we have 3 images in this one column, but I'm actually going to move it to the other 2 columns. I'm going to edit each image and actually change the image to something else. Save changes. So the settings that we added in here to fade up and full size actually remain since we duplicated that entire module. All we're changing now are the images, and we're saving them. Okay, so you have a row here with 3 columns, 1 image in each column, and you have this one row with 1 full column with a text field. Okay, so I'm just going to preview changes. It's going to open up a new tab to show me what my website looks like, or what this one particular section looks like. So you saw how the image is faded up, and here's our 1 row of text, our 1 row of 3 columns with individual images, and they're separated by this little space by default. So, you know, basically what you see here is what should show up on the front end considering what settings you change. This is how Visual Composer works. So I'm going to collapse this Visual Composer box, and now let's check out Yoast SEO Premium. This is going to tell us how well our site is analyzed for SEO. So here we have red dots and orange dots. We want to change some of these to green. The more the better, but every single one of them doesn't necessarily have to be green. So we've got a title of our page separated by this bracket right here, and our the title of our website, Third Coast Mobile Detailing. So home is the name of the page. Third Coast Mobile Detailing is the name of the website, and of course the URL to this particular page separated by whatever text is automatically generated from the information in Visual Composer. So right here we have VC row, VC column text. That means we have a row here with 1 column in it and a text module. So by default, this actually brings the shortcode from our Visual Composer into the description. That's what we don't want. So we can click on this to edit it and say, welcome, maybe, let's see. So this is the information that you're going to see in Google when you search for Third Coast Mobile Detailing or mobile detailing, and our website comes up. So you want to put enough content in here until this bar turns green. So I'm just using this as an example. This is actually not the text that I'm going to use. So once it goes red, that means you have too much text and your line will turn orange again. You can go in here and add and maybe delete 1 character at a time to see how much more space you have to add more, or how much space you have for information. So, you know, let's take out these periods. You want to make sure you have some keywords in here. We're going to talk more about Yoast SEO in the future, but this is just to give you an example. We have a description. Our page title is pretty much already here, but we can go and modify this. Alright, so boom, Third Coast Mobile Detailing, Humble, Texas, home. And this turned green. It doesn't necessarily have to cover up the whole bar as long as it's green. We have enough text in here. It's not too much text and it's not too little text. Okay, your slug is you can leave that as default, but now we have some options in here that have turned green. The page title has a nice length. Boom. In the specified meta description, consider how does it compare to the competition? Could it be made more appealing? So how's our description? It's green, so this is something that they're saying maybe you should just consider. Is this unique? It's green because we have enough text in there, but we have a few issues. No focus keyword is set for the page. Focus keyword would be here. You enter your focus keywords. So let's say if we want people to search on Google, or if we want to rank this site for mobile detailing. Okay, so the options will change again. We just got 2 more green dots because mobile detailing is in our title and it's in our description. Mobile is not necessarily in our domain name, so it's not going to rank as well. But the text contains 42 words. This is far below the recommended minimum of 300. By text, they mean this text right here. We don't have any other text on our website except for this one text block and 3 images. It says the focus keyword doesn't appear in the first paragraph of the copy. So in this first paragraph, we don't have anything about mobile detailing, which we should. The images on this page do not have all attributes containing the focus keyword. So let me go over to Media Library. I'm going to open this in a new tab and show you exactly what they're talking about. And again, I'm going to go more into depth with this in the future, but we've got a title here and alt text is empty. Let's say we added Third Coast Mobile Detailing. It'll save it for me automatically. I can close it. I can close this tab. Let's go back. That's going to change when we refresh the page. No links appear on this page. Consider adding some as appropriate. So I'm going to take this description, copy it. I'm going to edit this text in Visual Composer. And as a matter of fact, I'm actually going to delete this text block and add a real Visual Composer text block. Now this gives us a visual editor and a text editor with HTML. We're just going to go to the visual editor. And we don't have to worry about any HTML code because what we can do is adjust, the HTML settings here. And now you'll see strong in coast and EM in detailing, which is italicizing text. Strong coast detailing italicized. Okay, so it does the HTML for you. Now let's make a few adjustments. We're going to add a link to this. Let's say we were using our Facebook page. I'm just going to do facebook.com for now. I'm going to click on the cog icon to change the settings of this link, and we're going to use open in new tab as an option. Update. So we've got an outbound link. We've got Third Coast Mobile Detailing, which is mobile detailing is our keyword we're trying to rank for in this paragraph. I'm actually going to make this bold and italicized just because I can. In Humble, Texas, I'm going to add a period. We specialize in detailing all vehicles. Ask us about our feet specials and pressure washing services. And I might even go and add some random text. Let's see, just to fill out this text so that you can get an idea of how this plugin works. So let's just find some random text. Maybe not from this website. And of course, you do not want to really do this on your website. This is just giving you an idea of how this plugin is going to work. So we're going to try to get, about a good amount of words to use. And you see, when you copy and paste text, it automatically copies the attributes of the text, such as this being bold. So I'm going to go and add a title. I'm going to change this from paragraph to like heading 4 maybe. And I'm going to save the changes. Let's preview. Okay, let's preview changes. Maybe this will work. Okay, what's happening here? Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and just update this page. Sometimes you'll have it kind of bug out. And now, since we've got it published, we should be able to click preview changes. Okay, so we've got a title here, our welcome paragraph, and some random text. This image actually has the alt tag, Third Coast Mobile Detailing. These don't. Now let's go back over to Yoast SEO Premium. Now we've got a green light showing that we have good SEO on this page. Our title is good. Our description is good. Now, you're linking to another page with a focus keyword you want this page to rank for. Consider changing that if you truly want this page to rank. Okay, so what they mean is we should remove the link from our focus keyword, and I'm just going to add the link in here. Again, I'm going to open a new tab, update, save changes. Now I'm going to go back down to Yoast SEO. Boom. The last one, focus keyword doesn't appear in the first paragraph of copy. Make sure the topic is clear immediately. So I think the focus keyword does appear. Mobile detailing. We just have to update the page one more time. Mobile detailing. Boom. It's there. So we're good. Most of these are green. Check that out. That's pretty crazy. It's pretty easy to use this plugin. There's some more features that I'm going to show you later in this plugin, but it shows our SEO is good. There are a couple other things that I definitely recommend, so I definitely recommend you check out the other videos. This is definitely a go-to plugin, a must-have for your WordPress website. So again, I'm just going to leave this page and show you the plugins that I have installed one more time, and I'm going to have them in the description below. Contact Form 7, Duplicate Post, Insert Headers and Footers, Ninja Pop-ups, Slider Revolution, ReCAPTCHA Integration, WP Smushed, Yoast SEO Premium, and Visual Composer. We just edited that page like it was nothing and had good SEO. So, in a matter of minutes, you can have, an entire page of your website completed and looking fantastic. That's the beauty of using WordPress.